Namaste, everybody. Namaste, wonderful human yogis and or beginners of yoga. This is the YouTube yoga tips. Of course, we all have a lot going on in our personal worlds. We're pretty much in a quarantine, and a lot of you are going online to do yoga practices, I understand. You can always join me at theresagagnon.com for the yoga practices, and here you can see I have the bird's eye view, the front view. My yoga tip for today is that do not overextend yourself, do not stress, do not push, do not shove yourself. The yoga practice is an invitation to get to know yourself that much more. So I'm going to invite you into a little hip tip when you move into such postures as pigeon. And I'll give you a little demo of what a pigeon pose looks like. You can see the bird's eye view. I've got my left shin across the midline. I'm going to dorsiflex that foot and come around and square my hips and invite a lift. And then eventually you can bring your heel in and you can also enjoy a full pigeon pose. That isn't necessary for everyone. So what happens is it's not a healthy practice for you if you're not able to breathe mindfully. And it's not the instructor, it's just you needing to do what you need to do. So say if your pigeon pose, first of all, your knee is not happy, and you can see in the bird's eye view, I just have my left shin out in front, and you could bring your right thigh just to the side there. Actually, let's just switch sides. So it can look like this for yourself, and that could be your pigeon. Yes, it can be. It doesn't have to be what everybody else's shape in the room looks like. If this leg is not able to fully extend and it's posing too much discomfort, then augment. Another opportunity for you to do pigeon as a group in a class is to invite your props. Now, bolsters are really important, bolsters. So what I like to do, oh, by the way, I'm Theresa, your yoga guide. So we're going to take that bolster across the pelvis, so you're literally at your pubis. Then this leading leg is across the front of your mat, and you roll your hips and square your hips, and then invite that leg back. And sometimes that works really optimally for individuals. Now, another thing I do discuss is that leading foot, if it's not able to flex towards your kneecap, you point it. There's two types of flexion of that leading foot. There's dorsiflexion and plantar flexion. Do you see that? Plantar, dorsi. So the back foot usually is in a plantar flexion, and the front foot is maybe, depending on your flexibility in your hips, in a flexion towards your kneecap, dorsiflexion. And it doesn't work for everybody, so you need to plantar flex that foot down, and there is an option. So bringing that knee or that heel towards your bum, if you all of a sudden start going whoop like that, then that means you are not needing to go into that fullness of the pigeon pose yet. This is your good place. This is your happy place. Now, another thing is if coming upright is too much of a back bend for you in your pigeon pose, then you can lean yourself forward. And actually, I should give myself a little bit more space on the mat to show you this without anything in the road. And this is how authentic my actual online practices are. I do have these discussions. And just so you know, the quality on YouTube is not as beautiful as the quality on the website because of uploads. So here we go. So this could be your pigeon pose then too as well. So you're still fully embracing the positioning. It is all about your sacrum, and it's about lengthening and breathing mindfully. Some of you may have to splay out and even lower yourselves down more due to the fact that full extension of that leg that's behind you is not comfortable in that full extension. So I hope that helps you. Another variation and possibility is that if you're wanting to participate in a class and everyone's in their pigeon pose, and usually pigeon poses can be quite a long hold due to the fact that it's an intense practice. So if doing pigeon does not work for you, you can always, in your own space and on your mat, doesn't matter about what anybody else is doing, I would offer that you lay back onto your mat, hug your knees to your chest, and I have lots of students do this because pigeon in the prone position does not work for them. You lay on your back, And whatever leg they're fully extending down on the mat, you would bend that knee, and the one that they're bending out in front in that external rotation, you would take that leg to your thigh. And that is your pigeon prep. You can also play with it by lifting that bent knee up off the floor and play with this hip. And you can play around and breathe and invite that in. Because if doing the full pigeon is not for you, then this is the prep form for it. You can also thread your arm through, hold your knee crease or your shin, but usually holding your shin would not happen due to the fact that you're in this position to start with from that position. Got it? So you can always just lean back, slide this leg forward, take it out, take the other leg out. Very kindly, regardless of what everybody else is doing in the class, lay down and then take that leg there. And you're still participating as a collective group, Kula, but at your own wonderful shape and being. So there you have it, the tip of pigeon. I invite you pretty much at the click of a button each day to join me at theresagaino.com for the practices of meditation. And of course, a 20-minute core and breath practice, a 20-minute restore and breath practice, which is for everybody, as well as a 45-minute full spectrum class. And they're different each time. There are 15 classes per episode, each week uploaded. So it's fresh and new to the point. Theresagaino.com. I hope you found that pigeon prep or pigeon pose, Ekapada Raja Katpotasana, helped you. All right? Have a sense of humor and keep on practicing. Namaste.